Oh, can we all stand?
Bow head, humble hearts. Heavenly Father, we thank you for our gathering today, Lord. Let your word be a part of our mind. Let us transform our thinking to the new style of thinking to help us endeavor in doing a professional job for excellent security. That we understand that this is a family organized business, and we are here being part of the family, learning the new things in this orientation. Let your spirit guide us, lead us to do the right things, to be humble in all situations, not aggressive. We ask you this now in the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. Thank God. Amen. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. So, as we get started, you have your seats. As we get started, first I want to introduce myself real quick. I'm Pastor Lindsay, Field Training Officer for Excellent Security. Years of experience, over 40. I don't want to go into details because it's about you tonight. What I'm here to inform you about is a new learning style in training for security. Some of you have had training and you got a guard card, but you sat in front of a TV and watched the DVD or video for 8 hours. Here with Excellent Security, it's hands-on. For the 8 hours, you will do live skits. You will do live, hands-on situations, scenarios where you could be the aggressor, another classmate could be the officer, another classmate could be the client, and we set a scenario at a retail, commercial, or industrial establishment. One of the things that we like to do in the classes is the triangle with the 3 half circles in it, which is a hazardous sign, and the officer go to the door and they stand at the door, and it says no one is authorized to enter without the suit and ID. So we'll do a scenario where the owner of the company come by and just walk through the door. And security stop him and say, no, I need to see your ID. Well, first thing, he's the owner. Second thing, he's testing. Third thing, he knows if he go through that door, you're going to have to call an ambulance to get him to come out. So what do? You step back and let him go through the door. Why? Because he wrote the post orders. It's not your problem. It's his problem. He's trying to see if you're going to follow the rules. But he the one that wrote it. So who's responsible? Not you. He is. So the same thing in different scenarios when you're at a retail establishment. Young men, don't get attracted to women that come in there because it could be a setup. Young ladies, don't get attracted to muscle-bound men because it could be a setup. A lot of times they go in the stores and snatch and grab. They'll draw your attention with short skirts on, bending over, ain't nothing, and they'll walk out, their friends run out with 2 or 3 TVs where you were standing. Same thing with the guys. Same thing. So don't get distracted. In the training class, you learn number 1 priority for security is your safety. Everybody in the field of security want to go home and be with their parents or their children or their wife. That's why security's number 1 priority is your safety. In that, you would also learn that protecting the property and the clients of the property is your next priority. In order for you to establish a professional image at the site, number 1, if anything happens before the incident, I mean prior to, is prevention. You prevent it. You go over and say, whoa, hold it. You guys got to take that outside. So that's prevention. If it happens after you've told them that and they continue, you don't go over and break them up. You observe and you report. That's your job. In your report, you have 7 elements to make it accurate. The who, what, when, where, why, how, and witness. In that, you have established a professional report. Taking it down, writing it out, at the end of your day, fill out the DAR or incident report pertaining to the incident that occurred. Now everybody's on the same page. When administration get it, they're not embarrassed to send it to court. Why? Because it don't say all secure, nothing to report. All secure, nothing. For 8 hours, that's all that's on there. No, that's not the way to do an accurate DAR. You have to establish exactly what happened at your site during your tour of duty. 12 people came in, it was okay. 2 of them got drunk. I don't know how they did it, but had to escort them out. You put it in there. Don't just stand back and look at it. Write it down. two things happen. You cover the client's liability responsibility, and you cover the company's civil liability, so that they don't get sued behind you not being able to write down exactly what happened in the client's establishment. Now, when it comes to individual report writing, your DAR, like we did earlier on your sample quick write, is the same way you do your DAR. You don't have to take 6 hours to do a DAR. Keep a notepad with you, write down what happened at the end of the duty, open your notepad out, have the time, and accurately write it out, fill it out. This way, your DAR don't look like somebody who just came out of second grade. You have a professional DAR. The other thing is that the greeting. A lot of times in retail, commercial, industrial, we in security have to be greeters. How you doing? Have a good day. Enjoy your shop. Happy holidays to you. That's professional. They ask you a question, don't snap at them. Most officers say, what? No, you don't respond like that. Could I help you? You see what I'm saying? It's courteous. It's professional imagery and language. You always want to stay that way. If the person is aggressive to you, you learn your deflecting techniques. You let them see that it's not affecting you personally. The minute you allow security to affect you personally, you've lost the battle. It's not being personal. If somebody is personally attacking you, then you learn verbal judo to deflect that personal attack. What it does, it pulls them into your side of the court. Right now, they're on both, you guys are on opposite sides. But if you deflect with verbal judo, now you have opportunity to pull them on your side of the court. They're on your team now. Why? Because you humbly showed them that they were in the wrong without offending them. And a lot of people appreciate that. Tell you saying, oh, you stupid, you big head. You don't have to do that. But some security, they do it. Some security puff their chest up and say, I'm super cop. No, you're not. No, you're not. You're just a regular officer like everybody else. The only difference between you and the citizens, when you pass that guard card test, you become a private person. Only difference. Now you got more responsibility as a private person. If you get in any trouble, then you're going to be criticized or punished higher than a regular citizen. Why? Because you know the rights. You know the law. That's why you take the powers to arrest class, to stay on the side of the law. For example, why would you be in security and a drunk? They don't go together. You follow what I'm saying? If you drink, do it at home when you're off duty. Don't come to work with it on you. Y'all follow me? If you smoke your grapes, y'all don't look at me like you don't know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about. If you smoke your grapes, don't smoke them and come to work, because it's still in your skin, still in your hair. When you walk by the client, can you get a replacement? Because I just got high by your officer walking past me. It is strong. What is it? It smells like purple to me. So now you got the individual client complaining because you thought you put on some right guard or some axe and he got rid of it. Well, it don't work like that. It stays on your skin. It stays in your clothes. So just don't do it. The other thing, in the classroom setting, when we do scenarios, everybody has to participate. Even the young ladies, the smallest ones, I love it. Because the biggest guys be looking in there, oh yeah, them girls, they ain't gonna be, man, they gonna get ran over. No, that's not true. It's because of what they will learn that they'll have their own confidence of being able to control the situation. For example, come here. This is just a simple judo tech, verbal judo. Judo, J-U is gentle, do, D-O is way, the gentle way. He's going to grab her wrist and watch. She's just going to step back and twist away. Simple. Now he's going to put pressure on the wrist. He's going to do it again. See? Just thank you. It's just that simple that an individual his size wasn't able to get hurt. You know how guys at the club, come here, get over here, I want to talk to you. Get off me. Now, see, so it not only works for security, but it works for everyday life. So what am I showing you? That your safety is number one. That's priority, that you be safe, okay? In your report writing, a quick write, I did that for a reason, because a lot of times we get DARs and they look like some first grader wrote it. But in the quick write, it shows me that not only in 2 minutes did you do over 5 lines, but some of you wrote it in cursive, which is very difficult from a college level. That tells me that a DAR report would be done excellently, very professional. Some of you didn't do as more, just 5 lines. Some of you did a book, an art book. But it's still good. In other words, what I'm saying is that the quick write that you learn is something to help you when you're at a site. If you see something and you can write it down, it don't take 10 minutes to do it. You just proved it. In 2 minutes, you was able to write down everything that you thought in 2 minutes, accurately, without even misspelling it. Some of you spelled it a little wrong, but still you got it all down on paper. Over 5 lines. That's good. So what I'm saying is that the same things that you're learning right now tonight, in 8 hours from 9 to 5, in the training class, I will guarantee you, you're going to go out that class different than the way you came in. Totally different. Your mindset is going to be totally different. You might walk in thinking that you're the rock. When you walk out, you'll still be the rock, but you'll be humble. Big difference. You won't have to prove that you got no neck. You prove you got a neck, and you know how to move it without getting stuck. These are the things that a professional officer learns. They never show a weakness by getting upset. Oh my God. It's so strange that a person who sees somebody mad, and they figure, yeah, I'm gonna beat you, yeah, I'm gonna get you. Wait a minute, I don't think so. You upset, I'm calm. How do that work? It don't work. I'll give you a scenario. A bull in a china shop. He's way in the corner. Everything in here is crystal. And I got on red. And he way in that corner and he got to get to me. And he tearing up everything in the shop to get to me. I just step out the door. When he go out the door, he coming outside, the big dummy. When he go outside, what's going to happen? Now he done went from that corner, tore up everything in his crystal shop, and he get outside, and I'm standing right there. What's going to happen when he go outside?
Nothing.
All the cuts are going to open up because the air going to hit him. He's going to bleed to death on the sidewalk. Why? Because of his rage. Because of him being out of control. That's the same thing with a person who can't think and be mad and thinking they want to fight. Well, let them run at you, being mad. Just step on the heel of their foot, or they bow on their tie, or just walk down their knee and push them. What they going to do? They're going to fall out. Why? Because their momentum is going to cause them to fall. All you doing is getting out of the way and helping them just a little bit. Not a whole lot, just a little bit. So what does it prove? That your safety is priority. That's what it proves. No matter what the size is, your safety is priority. In the event of your training, you have meetings every Tuesday, and you dress black and white. Why? Because if you have not went to the class, you come to orientation to find out if you're professional enough to get a uniform to go do an assignment. They have you fill out a paper. They have you do a report. Why? They want to make sure that you're accurate in what you're writing. So on their membership, the meetings, they have it 5 times a month. Every Tuesday they have it at different locations. Cross Junior, Northern Police Station, and Calvary Hill Community Church. On the backside, it tells you about everyone needs a guard card and the mandatory requirements. The last Thursday of each month, I'm the instructor. Bring a pen. No attitude. If you have an attitude, you won't last the first 2 minutes. Seriously. Because when I ask you to stand up and introduce yourself, I learned this from my kids. You're going to get up here and, That's basically telling me that you want to cuss me out, but you're not saying it because everybody else is present and can witness it. That's what the sucking on the teeth, that's what my kids do. That's what that means. When the kids suck on their teeth at you, you got somebody at home doing that to you? Your kids, they cussing you out on the under. So if we're in the class and that happens, I'm going to dismiss you. I'm going to go outside and talk to you. Look, whoa. We all in this together. We starting from the ground coming up. That's why I say anybody with a guard card, forget what you learned when you got that guard card, because it's totally different coming here. If you have a guard card and you haven't been to my class, the minute you come in that class, before lunchtime, you're going to learn more than you've learned in the 5 years that you've been in security. I guarantee you that. Guarantee you that. And you won't be watching no video. We'll all be doing it all together. Every scenario I can think of. Parking lot. 2 guys walking through the parking lot, looking in cars. The officer walk up to them. One aggressive officer, oh man, you going to jail. You can't be on this property. Well, wrong answer. They just walking through. They trespassing. You guys okay? Yeah. Okay. Y'all leaving? All right, thanks. All right. Now you've accomplished your job. You don't have to blow your chest up, put a big S on there, silly. You don't have to do it. All you have to do is be polite. Don't go over what your post orders say. Do it. Do exactly what they say. Just like if you go to a restaurant and you got a menu in front of you, you're not going to order something that's not on the menu, right? They're going to look at you like, we don't serve that here, right? So the same thing when you go to your site. When you relieve the person, get there early enough so you can be briefed on what he did during his time of duty. So if you're there 15 minutes early, he can't leave till it's straight up and down 3 o'clock, even though you're there early. So what you do, y'all mix it up. Talk about what happened on the ship. If it's incident report, look at that incident report. If it's a suspect, identify that suspect, write it down. Why? Because he's more than likely going to return when he sees somebody else new at that site. Now you got the information. The guy's bigger, stronger, call for backup. It ain't no crime for calling for help. It don't make you no sissy, it make you smart. It don't make you no coward. It make you very intelligent. Why? Because you want to go home to your family. You don't need to stand up and challenge nobody. This security company is not about challenging. It's not about fighting. If you want to do that, you're in the wrong place. This is hands off. We are professional. We're very professional. We handle each situation as it arrives. You never premeditate, oh, I'm going to Carl's Jr.'s. Where my knife at, man? I got to make sure I got my knife on me, man. I'll walk in there. Watch, I'm going to be ready. You don't do that. You come into Carl's Jr. and you talk to the person you relieving. Y'all look at me like, ooh, you got a switchblade? Yeah, I told y'all, I ain't all the way there yet. I keep things on me.
40 caliber too.
And it's 16 shot, it ain't 10. It's police issue. So, you see, it's just things that I want to let you know that you have an opportunity to do. You can't carry no 16 shot if you don't qualify for 10. Sorry about that. But it's just things that I want you to know that you're capable of doing in a professional manner. I use this knife because we serve the community, give food, and I use it to open up boxes of food so we can give out. We give out, feed over 300 families every Wednesday and Thursday in Oakland. Real, yeah. A lot of good food, not no used, it's all fresh, everything. And we give meat away on both days, Wednesday and Thursday.
What church is it?
All Nations Community, Church of God of Christ, 9248 International. I'll give you a card before you leave. Yeah. So, what I'm saying is that in the security training, get ready to ask questions. In the security training, come comfortable. Come relax. You will be doing weaponless defense, but you won't get hurt. You will learn pressure points, but it won't damage any of your tissues. It'll be done slow. When the people swing at you, it won't be like, it'll be slow, so you can develop the technique of how to get inside. My technique that I teach you is called center line. I don't know, you're probably familiar with center line. Center line is when you're in front of the opponent like this, and you step back, and now you center of their whole body. So now their body is square, but you're center line on them, and you're just waiting, and you sit and you turn your knee inside. So normally if a person see you like that, they know automatically who he been trained to fight. He been trained to defend himself. Right, that's what you want them to think, so that they can back away. You don't want them to stand there and challenge you. You set, you protecting yourself. Anybody with common sense will know, ooh, why they standing like that? They look retarded. Don't walk in here. Because you're able to protect yourself. And that's the main point about security, number one, safety. Ladies, word of advice. When you do security, wear your hair up, not down. Men, when you do security, no earrings, no nose rings. Trust me on that. Because a good fighter will snatch it out of your ear and you be standing up there crying because you're bleeding and they wearing you out. Seriously. Same with the ladies. No long dangling earrings. Adore yourself professionally. Have your hair up. You don't have to have 7-inch fingernails. You know, cut them down so you can do this. I'm serious. You can ball your fist up so you can block. You can push somebody off. Simple. These are the things that protect you to be a professional. Why? Because other security personnel, other executives will come to your site, see you in uniform, look at you, take pictures, go back to the office, say, that's what we need at our company. Next thing you know, they coming up to you offering you a job. Don't take it because Tippy gonna get mad. Just stay professional. Make sure that you let the people know excellent security is the new upcoming training style for the state of California. The officers will learn how to be professional officers, not security guards. Not individuals who act aggressive, but individuals who know profession. Not individuals that will discredit or make somebody feel low, but always encouraging the lesser or more vulnerable person. Always encouraging. Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? Yes, sir.
Yeah, this training that you're holding on the 18th.
Yes.
Does that give you any kind of certification?
Yes.
Or does it give you a certain level of training?
You will come into the second part, so your training certificate will be different from the regulars. Now we're doing certificates. When you went the first time, BSIS haven't given me the clearance. Now I have the clearance to give certificates. So if you come in and say you do weaponless defense, you do report writing, conflict resolution, identifying suspects, you complete that in 8 hours, you'll have that on that certificate. That's what you get. Send it to BSIS. They'll identify on your card that you have these qualifications. Right.
So they'll update the card?
They'll update the card, yes. Yeah. And you know how you pull your name up? On your name, under that card, it'll have everything that you complete, and it says certificate. That's what we're doing now. Yes, sir.
So that's the next time we're going to
December 18th is the next class. December 18th at 1800 Oakdale at 9 o'clock sharp. Y'all give me? No, it's San Francisco. Oakdale. Fairview, right. Y'all, I said 9 o'clock sharp. I don't want Tiffany to beat me up. Give me 2 minutes because the traffic in Oakdale is terrible. So sometimes I get there about 2 minutes late. But she gonna beat me up because I've been making it on time. So it's 9 o'clock sharp. Deputy Chief or Lourdes, they'll have everything out on the table. If you're there, before I get there, make sure you fill out the duplicate applications. The double guard card, the double life scans. Get that completed, because that'll move things up faster when we start training. Yes, sir.
When's the next guard card test?
Okay, I'm gonna say it for those again, one more time. I see a clowning, but I ain't do that. Normally I clown people in my class. I do it. I ain't gonna do that. December 18th
Is the next class.
is the next class.
So the next class we're talking about the test, the actual guard card.
December 18th. That's the next guard card class for the testing. At 1800 Oakdale.
So we take the test after the class?
It's all the same. It's all combined. The Power Tools Rest class and the testing combined.
So after class, all that's going on.
Everything is all together.
Training and
Everything is all together. After I try to give you the test, because I'm there at 5, I try to give you the test before 3 o'clock, fingerprint. From 3 to 4, you get knife scan, fingerprint. From 4 to 5, you mine. We outside doing weaponless defense. That's the completion of the whole day. Yes, Officer.
I just wanted to ask something real fast. I practice with Livingston. I'm one of the guidelines. I want to make sure that everybody put their names and their phone numbers on that sign-in sheet, because that's how we build our list. So when we start contacting about sites and sending out mass texts, you'll get it too. So you'll have an opportunity to get some of these sites that we're trying to train at. So make sure you're on that sign-in sheet. If you have a card, if you don't have a card, if you have a card, if you don't have a card, make sure you get on that sheet. Thank you.
So, you had another question?
Yes, and you probably already answered this before I came in, but when we come in on the December 18th class, excuse me, when we come in for the December 18th class, we need to pay the $170 then?
Yes. Now, it's something in the area of Bayview. You can get a waiver at the YMCA, but you have to talk to Tempe them about that. If you're a resident in the Bayview area, the YMCA will give you a waiver or something to that effect where you don't have to pay the $170, they'll pay it. But you have to talk to Deputy Chief and Lourdes about that. But it is a good possibility you can have it waived. Any other questions? Yes.
Well, yes, I did have the understanding that we were going to get training hours to help pay for that guard card test. Is that still applicable, or?
The training hours meaning that if you're...
Well, we're going to help, train work hours.
Say for instance, Practitioner Jones or Livingston say, we saw you here in orientation. We want you to come and do your training. 16-hour training. After that, you receive a stipend.
Okay.
If you go through the guard card class, they can take the pay out of your stipend. You see what I'm saying? That's what they were expressing, that they could pay for. Everybody understand that scenario?
Yes.
Okay. Are there any other questions? No other questions? You sure? Yes.
You said that you had some affiliation to the wine garden, right?
Say it again?
You said you had some affiliation to the wine garden center, right? You know the wine garden training I told you down in LA?
Wine Garden, yes.
Yeah.
No, the name of the company that I'm affiliated with in Los Angeles, Armed Group International, AGI.
Okay.
Real big establishment.
So the training that they did down there, 46 hours mass instruction, all of that other stuff. I never noticed that on my BSS.
That's why I said you have to come to my training, because you're supposed to. See, in order for them to certify it, they got to have somebody that BSIS say can certify you. Deputy Chief and Chief certified me through BSI to do this training. Why? Because of my experience. In what? Law enforcement security. So am I qualified to give you the training? Yes. Everything up to firearms. But now we have Larry Hamby, who's a professional in Oakland, that will come and do the firearm for those that require, or you can go to Mission and A Street to Security 6 and take up the firearm there.
Does that mean that I got like a stack of certificates, like 4 hours here, 4 hours there, up to the 46? Does that mean?
If they didn't put it on your guard, do you have a guard card?
Yeah.
Is it on your guard card when you
Like,
pull it?
oh, when I look it up,
Yeah.
I've never seen it on.
So it's not certified.
So all the certificates, numbers and everything is still on.
It's not certified. When the chief, deputy chief right there, when BSIS say give a certificate through excellent security, they're saying that certificate is honored at BSIS. With your guard card number under the G, it applies certificate of for so many hours. When you pull your name up, if there's 16 of them, all 16 gonna be on that list. If they're not cleared through BSIS to do the training for a certificate, you just went through nothing. Sorry. I'm just telling you, because a lot of people go through.
Because I've never seen it.
A lot of people go through the guard card testing and they pay $250, $260. For what? It's only an 8-hour course. $175. So I told Deputy Chief I would implement some advanced training in the 8-hour course. So on top of the 8 hours, you could get a certificate for report writing. You could get a certificate for conflict resolution. You can get a certificate for identifying suspects. You understand what I'm saying? Weapons of mass destruction in an 8-hour course, which normally is 40 hours. So, yes, sir.
I'm sorry to interrupt again,
No,
but
it's okay.
so we can ignore this down here that says Monday, December 22nd, guard car testing. And we know that it's only the 18th,
It's the 18th.
so it's not the
Deputy
22nd.
Chief and I came to a conclusion today. December 18th will be the last Thursday in December that we do the guard car testing at 1800 Oakdale. December 18th, that's why I'm here. To let the people know that's the last one for the year. See, when you come into the training, listen to me. When you come into the training, you pass, right? 2015, you're part of the new excellent security staff that they're trying to take over the Bay Area. I say it like that. In what area? Security. Why? Because of the training, everybody's now uniform. Everybody has taken the training. Everybody's on the same page. Everybody know how to relieve a person 15 minutes ahead of time. It ain't no such thing as no show, no call. The first time that happened, well, bye. Why? Because you just embarrassed the company. And the company don't need to be embarrassed. It's a professional company, been around 40 years. So what do? We bring them up. How do we do that? As a family, as together in unity. That's how we do it. So,
And then that class, you said we dress comfortable.
just come comfortable, because you're going to get thrown around.
Right.
Sorry. not thrown to the ground, but you will get thrown around. The technique will be enough. See, you know. Yeah, it's good. It's active training. They both went through it, so it's safe. I mean, it's something different. What's your name again? Bomani. Bomani would be one of my assistants, so he big. So, we're gonna stand. We're all standing.
Will become a slave. Ladies and gentlemen, please listen up. Before you leave, before anyone leaves, make sure that those applications are filled out and turned in, that your name is on that sign-in sheet, like I said, in block print, no cursive.